Right over, just right there.
Okay.
Thanks. Go ahead.
Dad, it's me, Jane. Big news. I talked to my source, and a kidney can be yours in no time at all.
That fast?
I told you I had friends in low places. It turns out a kidney's easier to get than a pair of Streisand tickets.
Is that right? Look, Jane, the truth is, I'd love to see the results of your research as ASAP. Is there any way you could swing by the hospital?
Sure, on my way. Over and out.
Good, thanks.
Oh, when did you give Jane a promotion?
Oh, what do you mean, promotion?
Well, it sounds like she's been upgraded from accountant to the R&D division.
Oh, no, that's just till I get back on my feet.
Oh, what's she working on?
Oh, it's kind of complicated. I don't think you'd want to
Ted Martin, you know I used to work for Orsini Vineyards. I can tell the difference between a Sauterne and a Chardonnay. I can describe the perilous journey of a grape from the vineyards to the chateau.
Oh, come on, sweetie. You know I hate to bore you with the details of the business.
I'm not bored with the
so
details
lame.
of the business. It's family business, and I like family business, so spill. What kind of research is Jane working on?
Jane is working on something that involves Fiji.
Fiji?
Mm-hmm.
What does Fiji have to do with Orsini Vineyards?
Well, the research concerns a new bottling process that they developed in the South Seas. Actually, it's quite revolutionary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Coconuts.
Coconuts?
Yeah. They found a way to use coconut shells instead of cork in the bottling process.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why switch from cork to coconuts?
Well, that's where it gets complicated, honey. Well, that was fast.
Hi, boss. Dixie.
Hi.
Am I interrupting something?
No, not at all. Come on in. I was just explaining the result of your research to Dixie.
You were?
I never would have guessed that coconuts would be used instead of wine corks.
Well, yeah, no, I was just explaining that, you know, the coconut shell Fiji technology is just starting to take off worldwide. Isn't that right?
That's right. It just so happens that in Fiji, coconuts are the #1 agricultural export.
Interesting. Well, I was just asking Ted, what is the advantage to doing this?
Well, actually, that's a very good question. You know, of course, that when you harvest a tree for its cork, it can't be harvested again for another, 12, 14 years. But coconuts multiply like mice, so it lowers production costs and maybe would even stimulate the global economy. And they're environmentally friendly.
Huh. Well, that's really fascinating. I had no idea there was a coconut revolution going on in the wine industry. I really would like to read that report when you finish with it.
I'll make sure you get a copy.
Great, thanks. You know, I should go back to work. You know, you and I can talk about Dell another time, okay?
I can't wait.
Stop. I love you.
I love you a lot.
Jane, keep up the good work.
Will do. Thanks.
Bye.
That was brilliant. That was absolutely amazing. Brava, brava. You realize you just saved my butt just now.
That's why you pay me the big bucks.
No, I mean, that was really, truly, I mean, coconuts. I mean, how did you put the Fiji with the cork in the cork? How'd you do that? Where'd that come from?
What can I tell you? I used to do a lot of reading in my spare time.
And lucky for me, you did. Well done. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm kind of astounded you were able to turn this whole assignment around so fast. I mean, come to think of it, I wasn't expecting to hear from you on the black market thing until next week at the earliest.
Let's just say I used my undercover connections.
If I really tried, I could use my connections to come up with a good periodontist. You're the first person I've ever met who had her ear on the inner rail of the kidney trade. Just how did you get in touch with these people?
Well, ask me no secrets. I'll tell you no lies.
I guess that's fair. You don't mess with a good thing, right? Well, you've never let me down so far. Okay, Friday, let's see what you got.
Now, let me warn you, it's not very pleasant. In fact, it's downright grisly. You sure you're up for this?
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing more grisly than the idea of Dell asking Dixie for one of her kidneys. You can take it, I can take it.
All right. Here we go. Ready?
Hey, are you looking for me?
No, but it's good to see you.
You too. Why the long face? Are you still thinking about leaving town?
No, I'm just thinking about what you said. You know, holding on to your friends and family. How's Tad doing?
He's much better. Speaking of Tad, I think we should talk about him for a minute. What is going on between you two?
What do you mean?
Well, you are a real sore subject with him lately. I asked him what you two were fighting about.
What'd he say?
He said it was something to do with him paying off your medical bills.
Well, I was angry.
But you don't seem to be angry anymore. And he still is. Which doesn't make any sense. I mean, for him to do a favor and then hold a grudge about it, he's not like that. So I figured there's something else going on between you two.
Well, let me ask you a question. Has Junior ever brought home a friend you didn't like?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you love him. And you don't want to see him get hurt by hanging out with the wrong people, right? Well, that's how Tad feels about me. In his not-so-humble opinion, I'm the wrong people for you to be hanging out with.
Why do you suppose that is?
He doesn't trust me.
For pity's sake, how can you not trust somebody who helped to save your life?
He's afraid that one of these days I'm going to ask you for more than you can give. That's what we fought about, and that's why he doesn't see me as his personal savior. You're his whole life, Dix.
And he's mine. You know, if I ever had to choose between you and him...
Hey, wait. It won't get that far, okay? I promise you that.
Well, good. Well, I don't see as there's a problem between you and me, so I guess I'm just going to have to talk to Tad and tell him that he doesn't have to be my brother's keeper.
You'd speak up for me?
As Opal would say, in a chicken-licking minute.
Well, I'm beholden to you for that. You know, I'm only sorry I had to wait my whole life to see how good it is to have a sister. Dixie, you are one in a million.
Well, you get a kiss for that. Come on, I'll walk you out. You know what?
I'll see you.
Dix, got a minute?
Oh, Amy, it's good to see you. Mrs. Meltzer, she's in room 416. She and her husband are so grateful to you. I mean, I just can't imagine losing my home, my family, and everything else in that tornado and
Dixie,
not
this
having
has
any
nothing
health
to do
insurance.
with the tornado relief program.
Oh.
You and I need to have a heart-to-heart talk about your brother.
Kind of turns your stomach, doesn't it?
You actually mean to say that some poor guy in Mexico was knocked unconscious, drugged, kidnapped, and they stole his kidney without his consent?
Well, apparently. Kidney pirating is big business all over the world.
Forget it, not for me. Not an option.
Well, your only other choice is to find someone who's got a kidney for sale.
Oh, yeah, I can just see it now. Peruse the personals. Kidney for sale. Excellent condition. $10,000 to best price.
No, not in this country. It's illegal. Because in Congress, in 1982, passed the National Organ Transplantation Act, prohibiting the sale or purchase of any kind of a human organ.
Hence the black market.
I mean, you can go to some third world country and lay down your money and sure you can get whatever you want. A kidney, a cornea, a skin graft.
Be serious. Who is going to sell off their body parts for profit?
Poor people. I mean, in India, the average laborer takes home $11 a month or something, so... You know, if he could sell a kidney for $10,000, he and his family would be set for life.
That's awful. There's got to be a better way to jumpstart the global economy than to invest in illegal kidney futures.
Well, other than Dixie, Dell's only choice is column A or column B.
Well, neither one works for me. I'm not about to buy a stolen kidney, and I'm certainly not going to exploit some poor guy just so he can put food on his table. Makes me sick.
I hear you, but what do you want me to do? I can check around some more.
Well, that's just it. We just don't have any time. If the kidney registry can't find one for Dell soon, he's going to go to Dixie with his hand out, and I cannot let that happen.
Okay, what do you want me to do? With one phone call, I can start negotiations for a used or stolen kidney.
What would you do in my position?
Me? I'd lay my life on the line for the person I loved.
Dixie, I like you a lot.
I like you too, Edmund.
That's why I debated laying this on you.
Sounds awfully serious.
It is. Look, I don't get my jollies bursting other people's bubbles, but in your case, you're living a real big one with Dell.
You know, you're starting to sound a lot like Tad.
Well, that's interesting. You know, you and Dell have gotten real close these past few months.
Yeah. You get a little soft spot for somebody who saves your husband's life.
Yes, he did, and he saved Maria's, too. He was a hero that night, but a couple of good deeds don't wipe the slate clean.
By slate, you're talking about what happened between Dell and Maria back in college. That was a long time ago. He admitted that he didn't do a good thing by her. But, you know, he was a kid. He's not a kid anymore.
There's more than one way to break somebody's heart. He's just gotten a little more subtle.
Edmund, if there's a point, I wish you'd just get to it.
Okay. Did he mention to you writing a book?
Yes, he did. He's writing a medical thriller.
Oh, yeah, it's a thriller, all right. Do you know Kendall Hart?
Erica's infamous daughter.
Yeah, she did time in prison for perjury. You know that? He went up there to see her.
Why?
To co-author a book about Erica. A sleazy potboiler full of lies, written strictly from hunger. Hunger for money, hunger for fame, and hunger to crucify Erica in print. Dimitri and I caught up with Dell and Kendall in New York. They were at Barrington House finalizing the book sale.
Does this alleged book have a title?
The Myth of Erica Kane, A Daughter's Own Story. Written by Kendall Hart and Dell Henry.
So you've actually seen it then?
It's a long story, Dixie, but I was at the publisher and I got a copy. Now, it is nothing but a vengeful, mean-spirited hatchet job.
That doesn't sound like Dell at all.
I know, because you don't know him as well as you think you do. Now, we asked him to the house to confront him with the evidence. Yeah.
Well, what did he say? Was he upset? Did he apologize? Did he explain why he wrote a book like this at all?
Money. Ambition is not a sin. That's a quote. We told him, we said, listen, we're going to block this publication. He said, no, you try to do that, I'll just peddle more trash and I'll sell it to the highest bidder. It gets better. It gets better, all right? We offered him $250,000 just to give us the manuscript and sign an affidavit that he would never write about Erica again.
I just don't believe this. Why? Why would he do it?
Because he's greedy. He would do anything for money. He's probably out there right now buying up half the town.
Look, he has a mountain of unpaid medical bills. I know that. But maybe he did. Maybe he wrote the book so he could just pay them off.
Dixie, there are other ways to pay off medical bills. They have people there to help you work out a schedule.
Well, he's too proud to let anybody do that.
Oh, but not too proud to make trash about Erica? Not too proud to meet with Kendall behind closed doors? Not too proud to get paid off to write nothing? Listen to me. I mean, this is nice work if you can get it, but I would rather starve.
I know it sounds like I'm making excuses for him, but there must have been some reason why he did it. Maybe he was just desperate. Maybe
Dixie,
he didn't think he had
nothing
another
justifies
choice.
what he did. Nothing. Now, the question is, how far do you go to get what you want? Where do you draw the line?
I guess it all depends on how far you're willing to go with Dixie. And where do you draw the line?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Before you gave me the scoop, I thought I was prepared to do just about anything. Now I realize we're not talking about body parts. There are people attached to them. Guess I thought getting a used kidney would be about as easy as going to the supermarket.
Remind me not to have dinner at your house.
Yeah, pretty naive.
Look, don't beat yourself up about it. You don't have to decide today.
I do. That's just it. I can't wait much longer. If Dell takes a turn for the worse, she could go to Dixie. He does, she could say yes. If she does that, then it could cost her. It could cost us.
Don't think that way. You gotta keep your sunny side up. Just relax. Think it over. I'm sure things will look better tomorrow.
You know what? You're a nice lady. You've always come through for me. I want you to know how much I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. If there's ever anything I can do, just ask.
Dixie. Please don't leave me. No. Come back. Dixie, you can't leave me. Please come back. She's gone. I'm alone.
You're not alone, Dad. You'll always have me.
What am I gonna do? Jane, you're the only one that knows what it's like to love somebody with all your heart and soul. You gotta help me, please. I'm not gonna make it through this without you. You're all I've got left. You're all I've got left. You're all I've got left.
There are ways to make money that don't include leeching off someone else's life.
I know. And Dell's money problems don't justify this kind of thing. Erica certainly doesn't deserve to be liable by her obnoxious daughter.
I don't have any use for either. You can go ahead and kill the messenger now.
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry that your brother and your family and all of you have to suffer for something my stupid brother did.
I just don't want any more suffering, okay? Like for you. This is just a friendly warning. You take care where your brother's concerned.
Yeah, I will.
Okay? Okay.
Thanks. I'm not so sure about the area code. I think it's San Antonio, Texas. Bethesda Hospital. I'm so angry.
Why? What happened?
Dell, you were so right about him. I never want to see his ugly face, his stupid face again as long as I live.